Welcome back to the Sports Source. This segment brought to you by Dryer Lint Busters. For just $99 in less than an hour, Dryer Lint Busters can get your dryer running just like new. Cut down on your energy bill and help prevent a fire hazard right there in your home. It's simple, it's effective, it's tremendous. I've gotten nothing but tremendous reviews from people on this company. And if you have a business, a hotel, an apartment complex, a laundromat, hair salon, they can really get to work on all your dryers and save you a ton of cash. DryerLintBusters.com to learn more. Let's take a look at the final Beat the House standings. I'm sorry, Sterling, you came close, but Rain Cloud takes sunshine. Willie Rain Cloud knew exactly how much to bet. He bet $100 just to stay ahead of you. So he wins with $2,000. Sterling Hinton with $1,900. That's a lame year, and everybody else is zero. Josh made it to the end, but he had to go all in and go with Vandy.
I was forced to take Vanderbilt.
Yeah, it's bad. You know, it's a bad beat when you're having to go with Vanderbilt. So there's our final. And next week on this show, we'll be presenting a check to Alzheimer's Tennessee on behalf of the Sports Source and all our family of sponsors. Let me go ahead and I'll tell you what, if my director can get to the next graphic. Oh, there you go. Here's everybody. We got the Josh, Chuck, Jimmy at the bistro table, Daniel, Bob, Sterling, Justin.
Can I get a Chardonnay sent over here, please?
Yes, exactly. Here, final thoughts on this season. A 10-2 record. It's your first 10-win regular season since 2007. It's your fourth 10-win regular season this century. That's it. You've only had 4 of these this century. 6-2 in the SEC. You win over Florida. It's the first time in 5 years, just the second time in 18 years. Win over Alabama, first time in 15, second time in 17. First time you've been ranked number 1 in the college football playoff rankings. Heisman Trophy finalist, more than likely. He's been in there all year, you know what I mean. Biletnikoff Award finalist. First major bowl game, most likely, since 2004. Good year. I'm going to start with Josh, and we'll come around this way. Final thoughts on this season. How do you sum it up? What do you take away?
The program was lifted up, and we'll see what happens next. But for Tennessee to get to 10 wins, for Tennessee to have wins against Florida and Alabama together in the same year, because that's even more rare, right, than the individual wins. So to get to that, to have Hendon Hooker do what he did despite the finish, the program is at a level that fans have been waiting for and believing that it can continue.
And Josh, I'd just like to thank you for pointing out the one statistic that I didn't go back and look up. The Alabama and Florida in the same year. Thanks a lot. Chuck, what's your final
Tennessee's back. I mean, who thought it would happen this fast? You know, in the middle of year 2, kind of. Maybe even before that.
Are you jumping the gun on Tennessee is back?
Well, no, I mean, for all of those things you just put up there. And to win 10 games. Vegas had it at 6.5, right?
Yep.
So you exceeded that. You did so many great things. How many teams really feel good about their season right now? There's not that many in terms of getting to that ultimate 4 teams. So Tennessee football's back.
Jimmy, final thoughts?
Well, you can't use Tennessee and irrelevant in the same sentence anymore. Tennessee became relevant, and I think that it was exciting. I've been covering, this is my 38th season. This is one of the top 5 seasons ever for me in covering Tennessee, because not only exceeding expectations, how they did it, with so many different players that were cast off to lead the nation in scoring and total offense, enjoyable year.
Pretty likable team, too. Pretty likable team for the most part. Dan.
Said it on air yesterday with Josh, but Tennessee's back, and thank you to Hendon Hooker for what he did to bring them back to this moment, because you can never do it without the players.
I've covered this team too long on this show that whenever somebody says, they're back, I'm like, careful, don't break any mirrors, don't walk under any ladders. They look back, feels like they're back. I'm a little leery of saying that. Bob, what's your final takeaway? When you find something negative.
My final takeaway, is that these coaches can take guys that other coaches in the recent history here have not been able to get the maximum out of. These guys maximize their talent. I think that's a good thing for the future.
It's a good one. About 20 seconds.
I'm throwing the flag on Will Overstreet for making a Jeopardy bet inside the Sports Source game. I'm upset about that. Great team, great season, phenomenal kids. Looking forward to Tennessee football in the future.
Justin.
If you win 10 games as an SEC team, you've had an elite season. This was an elite level season for Tennessee, regardless of the outcome in the playoff picture. And it's one that I think a lot of players, fans will look back on with fond memories for a long time.
I was trying to think of comps. 2004, when you had the 2 freshman quarterbacks and you wound up in Atlanta that year, that was one of those surprises. Didn't see that coming type year. 85, you go back to that. Yep. it is a special year. Jimmy nailed it. He's covered it a long time. This ranks in your top 5. I think that says a lot. Thanks to all of you. Thanks to all these guys, first of all. Thanks to our sponsors for bringing you to this show. Thanks to you. The sponsors wouldn't be here if you weren't there. And we will be right back next Sunday. We'll be talking about bowls. We'll be talking about basketball. We're year-round, so we'll see you next Sunday right back here on the Sports Source. Thanks much. Have a great week.